Hello dear students, welcome back to the chemistry class. Till now we have finished the types of solutions, ideal and non-ideal solutions, types of non-ideal solutions, solutions showing positive deviation, showing negative deviation. Yesterday you studied about azeotropic mixtures. We also solved some numerical problems on Rod's law. Now moving forward with a very important topic of this chapter, that is colligative properties. Okay, there are mainly four colligative properties which you will be studying. Previously I told you that this chapter contains two 1-mark questions and one 5-mark questions. Out of this 5 marks, it will be divided into 2 plus 3. I have told you that this 3 marks question, it will be a numerical problem. The 3 marks question, it is a numerical problem. It is a fixed question. Every year it is asked. This numerical problem will be based on colligative properties. There are 4 colligative properties. So numerical problem will come out of one of them. Now what are colligative properties? Colligative properties of solutions. So these are the properties of solutions which depend only on number of solute particles. Okay, these are the properties of solutions which depend on how many number of solute particles are present in that given solution. It does not depend on nature of solute. Okay, so it does not depend on nature of solute. Whether the solute is solid, liquid, gas, it does not matter. Okay, whether the solute is volatile, non-volatile, it does not matter. So nature of solute does not matter in terms of colligative properties. What matters? Only number of solute particles. How many number of solute particles are present in the given solution. That colligative properties depends on. So remember, colligative properties will only depend on the number of solute particles, not on the nature of solute. There are mainly 4 colligative properties for your syllabus. The first one, you have briefly studied this already. It is relative lowering in vapor pressure. Second one, elevation in boiling point, increase in boiling point. The third one, depression or decrease in freezing point or melting point. And the last one, osmotic pressure. So these are the 4 colligative properties you will be studying. So this one numerical problem for 3 marks will come out of any one of these colligative properties. Now let us start with the first one, relative lowering in vapor pressure. Why there is lowering in vapor pressure of the solutions? Okay, so the first colligative properties, it is relative lowering in vapor pressure of the solution. Now mainly we have 2 types of solutions that I will be discussing. One is liquid solution. The other one is solid liquid solution. In liquid solutions, both solute and solvent, they are liquids. Both these components or substances, they are volatile in nature. They are volatile in nature, means they evaporate very easily. Okay, they are converted from liquid to vapor very easily. Hence, there will be vapor pressure for both solute and solvent. According to Raoult's law, for this solution, we have Pa, it is equal to P naught A X. You already know this. Similarly, we have Pb, it is equal to P naught B Xb. If you apply Dalton's law of partial pressure, P is equal to Pa plus Pb. What is P here? Total vapor pressure of the solution. So, P will be equal to, what is Pa? P naught A Xa plus, what is Pb? P naught B Xb. This is the total vapor pressure for this liquid solution. Now let us come forward with this, come to this solution. It is solid liquid solution. In this solution, the solute is solid, whereas the solvent is liquid. You know that solid substances, they are non-volatile. They do not evaporate very easily. Solid solute will not be converted into vapor very easily. Hence, for this solute, there will be no vapor pressure. Okay. So, according to Raoult's law, Pa, it is equal to P naught A Xa. Pb, it is equal to P naught B Xb. But here, B means solute. Solute is solid. It is non-volatile. Hence, there will be no vapor pressure for the solute. Only Pa will be there. So, according to Dalton's law, we have P is equal to Pa plus Pb. But here, the vapor pressure of solute is non-existent. It is very negligible. Hence, we will not be considered Pb. We will only consider Pa. So, for this solution, the total vapor pressure of the solution, it is equal to vapor pressure of the solvent in solution. Now, let us compare both these. Here we have P is equal to Pa plus Pb. Here we have only P is equal to Pa. Pb is not here. Hence, the vapor pressure of this solution, it will be lowered. It will be less compared to the vapor pressure of this solution. That we call it relative lowering in vapor pressure. The vapor pressure of this solution, it is lowered. Why it is lowered? Because Pb is not considered here. Pb is non-existent. The vapor pressure of the solute, which is non-volatile, it is non-existent, it is very negligible. Hence, the vapor pressure will be lowered for this vapor pressure, for this solution. Hence, we call it relative lowering in vapor pressure for solid liquid solutions in which the solute is a solid, it is a non-volatile component. Now, building upon this equation, we have P it is equal to Pa. What is Pa? It is Pa is equal to P naught A Xa. Hence, P is equal to, substitute this value here in place of Pa. Pa into have Xa. Now, the lowering in vapor pressure, there are two different terms. One is lowering in vapor pressure, the other one is relative lowering in vapor pressure. The lowering in vapor pressure, it is given by the change in vapor pressure, it is equal to P naught A minus Pa. This is known as lowering in vapor pressure. Okay, the change in vapor pressure, it is given by P naught A. This is the vapor pressure of pure solvent minus Pa, vapor pressure of solvent in solution. Now, this is equal to, so I write P naught A here minus. What is Pa? Pa is P naught A Xa. Okay, I am substituting the value of Pa here. Now, this is equal to, now out of these two, P naught A is a common factor. So, I will take it out. So, P naught A, I am taking it out. This will be 1 minus, this will be XA. Now, you know that the sum of mole fraction of components, we have two components A and B, so XA plus XB, it will be equal to 1. You know this already, okay. If I send XA on that side, you get XB is equal to 1 minus XA. Okay, so 1 minus XA is nothing but XB. So in the place of 1 minus XA, I will substitute XB. So I'll get P naught A XB. This is delta P. If I send this P naught A on the other side, you get delta P divided by P naught A is equal to XB. Now, what is delta P here? Delta P means P naught A minus P. So I'll substitute this value of delta P here. So I'll get P naught A minus PA divided by, this is P naught A is equal to XB. Now, here, this value, it is known as relative lowering in vapor pressure. P naught A minus PA divided by P naught A. This value, it is known as relative lowering of vapor pressure. So according to Raoult's law, the relative lowering of vapor pressure, it is equal to the mole fraction of solute. Mole fraction of solute means concentration of solute, the number of solute particles present in the solution. Hence, this colligative property, relative lowering in vapor pressure means it is a colligative property. So this is a colligative property. It depends on the number of solute particles only. Okay. So again remember, this is relative lowering in vapor pressure. It is equal to the mole fraction of solute. So the colligative property will only depend on the number of solute particles that are present in the solution. So this is a brief derivation of equation for relative lowering in vapor pressure. Remember, P naught A minus PA, this is known as lowering in vapor pressure. Whereas P naught A minus PA divided by P naught A, it is known as relative lowering of vapor pressure. Only this relative lowering of in vapor pressure, it is the colligative property. Only this is a colligative property. Lowering in vapor pressure, it is not a colligative property. Vapor pressure, it is not a colligative property. What is a colligative property here? Only relative lowering in vapor pressure. It is given by this expression, this value. Remember, the relative lowering in vapor pressure, it is equal to mole fraction of the solute. So this is a brief information or introduction to relative lowering in vapor pressure. Using this colligative property, using this relative lowering in vapor pressure, you can calculate the molar mass of the solute. Calculation of molar mass of the solute using this colligative property. We will have a problem for 3 marks. Okay, so molar mass of the solute can be calculated if you know the value of this colligative property. Next, we have calculation of molecular mass of solute, that is MB. Using this colligative property, you will be deriving a formula which is used for the calculation of molar mass of the solute. Now, what is relative lowering in vapor pressure? It is given by P naught A minus PA divided by P naught A. It is equal to XP. Right? This is the derivation you already, this is the expression you already derived previously. I derived it. So, this is the relative lowering in vapor pressure. It is equal to mole fraction of the solute. Now, mole fraction of the solute, what is the formula for XB? XB is given by NB divided by Na plus Nb. This is the formula for mole fraction of the solute. You already know this. Now, this is P naught A minus PA divided by P naught A. Now, if you consider dilute solutions, there are mainly two types of solutions based on concentration. One is dilute solution, the other one is concentrated solution. Dilute solution means in these solutions, the concentration of solute will be extremely low. The concentration of the solute in dilute solutions, it will be extremely low. It will be negligible compared to concentration of solvent. So here, the concentration, number of moles of solute is very low compared to the number of moles of solvent. So we can neglect NB here. We can take out NB because it is very low compared to Na. So this will be, if you neglect NB here, you get NB divided by Na. Why you are neglecting, why you are removing Nb? Because the value or the concentration of the solute is very negligible compared to the concentration of the solvent. So we have Nb divided by Na. Nb is neglected, it is removed. So we have P naught A minus Pa divided by P naught A. Now this is equal to, what is Nb? Number of moles of solute. You know that Nb is given by Wb, mass of solute divided by molar mass of solute. Similarly, Na, it is given by mass of solvent divided by molar mass of solvent. So let us substitute these values here. So Nb, it is equal to Wb divided by Nb divided by, what is Na? Wa divided by Ma. Now, rearranging this, you get Wb divided by, here we have Wa into, this will go above, this is Ma divided by, this will come down, so Mb. And what is this? This is P naught A minus Pa divided by P naught A. Okay, now, what you are calculating here, you are calculating the molar mass of solute Mb. You are calculating for Mb. So I will take Mb on the other side. This relative lowering in vapor pressure, I will take it on this side. So when Mb comes on this side, it will come in numerator. When this relative lowering in vapor pressure, it comes here, it comes in the denominator. So Mb, I am taking this side. So Mb, it is equal to, what you have? You have Wb into, this is Ma divided by, what else is remaining? Wa is here into, so this is coming on the denominator side. So we have P naught A minus Pa divided by P naught A. So this is the formula for the calculation of molar mass of the solute. Molar mass of the solute, it is equal to Wb, means mass of the solute, multiplied by Ma, molar mass of the solvent, divided by Wa, mass of the solvent, multiplied by this thing. This is relative lowering in vapor pressure. So if you know the value of Wb, if you know the value of Ma, if you know the value of Wa, if you know the value of relative lowering in vapor pressure, you can easily calculate the Mb, molar mass of the solute. So this formula you have to remember, because the problem will be asked on the calculation of molar mass of the solute. Hence you have to use this formula. Okay. Next, moving forward with a numerical problem in which you have to calculate the molar mass of the solute. You have to calculate Mb. Remember this sort of questions, these are fixed questions in the annual examination. It will be asked for 3 marks. Okay. Now, the vapor pressure of pure benzene, okay, pure component, you have to take P naught. So the vapor pressure of pure benzene at a certain temperature is 0.85 bar. A non-volatile solute weighing 0.5 gram, this is the weight or mass of non-volatile solute, means the solute is solid, is added to 39 grams of benzene. So what is the mass of benzene? 39 grams. So benzene is the solvent here, which is present in larger quantity. The solute is present in smaller quantity. So A, which is the solvent, it is benzene. Now, molar mass of benzene is given 78 gram per mole. The vapor pressure of the solution is given, P is given, total vapor pressure 0.845 bar. What is the molar mass of the solute? First, let us write down what is given. So, benzene is the solvent, you know that, it is present in larger quantity. Next, vapor pressure of pure benzene, vapor pressure of pure solvent is given, that is 0.850 bar. So, pure benzene, pure component, P naught A. Benzene is A here, so I'm taking P naught A, it is the solvent, it is equal to 0.850 bar. Then the mass of solute is given, which is given by WB. B means solute, remember this. A means solvent. So WB, it is equal to 0.5 grams. Then mass of solvent benzene is given, that is WA, it is equal to 39 grams. Then molar mass of the solvent is given, molar mass of the solvent means MA, it is 78 gram per mole. What else is given? Vapor pressure of the solution is given, P is given, it is equal to 0.845 bar. Now for a solution containing solid liquid solution, where the solute is a solid non-volatile solute, for this I already told you P will be equal to PA. PB will not be present here because the solute is solid. So P, it is equal to PA, means PA will be equal to 0.845 bar. It will be same because P is equal to PA. Now, what you have to calculate here, you have to calculate the molar mass of the solute, MB. We just derived an expression for the molar mass of the solute. It will be equal to weight of the solute multiplied by molar mass of the solvent, MA, divided by weight or mass of the solvent multiplied by relative lowering in vapor pressure, P naught A minus PA divided by P naught A. So this is the formula for the calculation of molar mass of the solute using relative lowering in vapor pressure. Now this is equal to, what is W? Just substitute the values here. WB is equal to 0.5 multiplied by, what is MA? MA is 78 gram per mole divided by, what is WA? WA is 39 multiplied by, here we have relative lowering in vapor pressure. What is P naught A? P naught A, it is 0.850 minus, what is PA? PA is 0.845 divided by P naught A 0.850. Now this is equal to 0.5 into 78 divided by 39 multiplied by, when you subtract this, you will get 0.005 divided by 0.850. Now you can send this on the numerator side, so you will get 0.5 into 78. When this goes on the numerator, it becomes 0.850 divided by, we have 39 into 0.005. Now, when you calculate all this stuff, you can do this at home. When you calculate all this stuff, you will get 170 gram per mole. This is the molar mass of the solute. It is a very simple problem for 3 marks. First, you have to write what is given. Then you have to write the formula for 1 mark. Okay, it's the formula. Then substitute the values and calculate. It's a very simple problem. It's the calculation of molar mass of the solute when all these values are given, especially relative lowering in vapor pressure. Next, let us do another numerical problem on the calculation of molar mass of the solute, MB. Here, vapor pressure of a 5% aqueous solution. You know what is a aqueous solution? In aqueous solutions, in all aqueous solutions, the solvent is always water. So here, in this problem, in this solution, the solvent, it is water. In all aqueous solutions, the solvent is always water. So 5% is given. 5% aqueous solutions of a non-volatile organic substance. Non-volatile organic substance means the solute is solid. It is non-volatile. At 373 Kelvin, this is the temperature. So vapor pressure of this solution is given, that is 745 mm. Okay. So P is given, that is equal to 745 mm Hg. I told you for all these solutions in which the solute is non-volatile, P will be equal to Pa. Pb will not be considered here because the solute is non-volatile. So P it is equal to Pa, means Pa is equal to 745 mm Hg. Okay. Then 5% aqueous solution means we have 100% of the solution. We have 100 grams of the solution. In that 100 grams, 5% means 5 grams is the solute. Remaining 95 grams, it is the solvent. Here it is water. So 5% of aqueous solution means 5 grams will be solute. Remaining 95 grams, it will be water or the solvent. So what is the mass of the solute here? Wb, it is equal to 5 grams. What is the mass of the solvent? Wa, it is 95 grams. So when percentages of the solution is given, you have to take like this. So for example, if 20% of the solution is given, that means 20 grams is the solute, remaining 80 grams is the solvent. Okay. Now, what else is given? The vapor pressure is done. Calculate the molar mass of the solute. You have to calculate what else is given. Vapor pressure of pure water is given. Pure water means pure solvent is given. So, water is A, that is pure solvent. So, P naught A is given. That is equal to 760 mmHg. Now, what is the solvent here? Water. So, water is H2O. What will be the molar mass here? There are 2 hydrogen atoms. What is the atomic mass of hydrogen? 1 plus only 1 oxygen atom. What is the atomic mass? 16. It will be 18. This is the molar mass of the solvent, that is Ma, it is equal to 18 grams per mole. So if molar mass of the solvent is not given, then you have to calculate like this. Now, all the values in the formula is given. So, this is the molar mass of the solute multiplied by is equal to, we have Wb. What is Wb? Mass of the solute, that is 5 grams, multiplied by Ma, molar mass of the solvent, 18 grams, divided by, we have Wa, mass of solvent, 95 grams, multiplied by relative lowering in vapor pressure. We have P naught A. P naught A is given, that is 760 mmHg, minus Pa, it is 745 mmHg, divided by P naught A, that is 760. So this is equal to, so this is 5 into 18 This is actually 90. Let's calculate it. This is divided by 95 into 760 minus 745. It is 15 divided by 760. This 760 can be sent to the numerator. So we have 90 into 760 divided by 95 into 50. Now when you calculate this, MB will be equal to 48 gram per mole. So this is the molecular mass of the solute. So this is how you have to calculate the molecular mass of the solute by using this formula. First you have to write the given values, whatever the values of PA, P0A, WA, WB, MA. All these values are needed to substitute here and to calculate the molar mass of the solute. Again, this problem, all the problems regarding the calculation of molar mass of the solute using the colligative properties, all these problems will be for 3 marks. Remember, they are fixed questions. Each year this problem will be asked, but depending on different colligative properties it will be asked.